For the most part, many people forget about Super Smash Bros. Brawl. It's not amongst many people's top 3 Smash games at all, and it might actually be towards the bottom, towards their last. And it's mostly probably because of the gameplay, not much to do with its characters and side modes. Super Smash Bros. Brawl is definitely remembered for one thing and one thing only, being Subspace Emissary. This was a gigantic campaign that brought together all the Nintendo characters in a vast world, where they all interacted with each other in multiple different cutscenes, and was able to fight alongside each other for a common cause to defeat the great enemy Taboo. This was one of the greatest things I think Nintendo has ever come up with, to see all of these great Nintendo characters working together to defeat a common threat. But I could not help but wonder, ever since Super Smash Ultimate came out, what if Smash Ultimate had a Subspace Emissary? What if Smash Ultimate, with its 89 character roster compared to Smash Brawl's 39, had a giant campaign with cutscenes and character interactions? Who would interact with who, and how would the story go, and how big would this be for Nintendo? Well, today we are going to answer all of those questions, but before we jump into this talk and get started, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and you guys have been absolutely killing it with the subscriber goal. Every video, it goes up higher and higher and higher, and we've gotten to 16%, over 16%. That is insane. You guys are growing this so much, and all you have to do is, if you're watching this right now, subscribe. It's as simple as that. We have been on an upward trend for the last 6 videos, and I just thank you guys so much for participating and helping me reach the goal. We were, originally going for 15%. Now let's just bump it up to 20%. You guys are definitely pushing towards it, so let's get there. We're at 16% right now, so all you have to do is, if you're watching this video and you love watching Nintendo Land videos, subscribe. It's as simple as that. Thank you to everyone that's tuning in today, and let's get on to the video. It is no surprise to anybody that Super Smash Ultimate is one of the most ambitious games that ever has been created. It not only has tons of Nintendo characters throughout its roster, but also third-party characters as well, and really just the biggest icons of gaming, and it's actually pretty insane. But even though we have all these characters, the interaction between these characters are really not evident within the game at all. We get a couple of cutscenes with everybody together, but it's on the same mountain in the same area with the same characters, and we really don't get to see much of an interaction. In fact, we actually got voice lines that was actually coming from the characters speaking with each other, and it just kind of ended after that first cutscene with Marth, Zelda, and Pit, and then after that, nothing else. And I don't know why Nintendo decided to once again not go with cutscenes. The opening cutscene, and I guess really the only other cutscene we had was the ending one, were absolutely beautifully rendered. I mean, these characters were just popping to life with the way they looked and their art styles. I loved it, and I would have loved to see so much more. Instead, it all got invested within the character trailers themselves instead of the actual game. Well, Sakurai mentioned before the reason why he didn't go with a cutscene type of story mode is because Smash Brawl's cutscenes got leaked online ahead of time, and also Smash 4's character cutscenes kept getting leaked, and characters were just simply getting leaked, and Sakurai didn't like it, so apparently he just ridded it, and I don't know why that was the choice. It had to be something else. I really don't think because of leaks is the reason they cut out an ambitious story mode out of their Smash game. It had to be something else. But man, let's just take a look at Smash Brawl again. Some of those cutscenes are legendary amongst the Nintendo community. Of course, the scene where everybody gets in their aircrafts and completely destroys the mega cannon from Ganondorf and Bowser, it's absolutely beautiful, and it's something of an art. And I just loved some of these cutscenes. Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong fighting together and stuff. It was just stuff like that that just meshed well. Seeing all these characters come in with each other, and Captain Falcon meeting up with Rob and Olimar and stuff, it was just like, what is going on? And it fit so well. None of the characters really talked, and I'm not against having dialogue. We've seen some dialogue, like I said, in the opening cutscene of Smash Ultimate, but man, even for it being a mute story, it told a beautiful one that was crazy, wacky, and full of fun ideas. And it really just felt like Smash Ultimate wanted to do this. It felt like they really were on the cuff of having cutscenes and a whole story and different elements like that, but they just didn't go through with it, and it stinks. I'm just like, dang it, I would have loved to see something like that. World of Light is fun, don't get me wrong, and it's just, at the end of the day, it does feel like you're fighting just some PNGs of different characters from Nintendo, and it doesn't have that same aspect that Subspace had, and I don't think any mode that they try to replace it with will ever have that, whether it be Smash Run or even the beloved Smash Tour. I think it ultimately has to be Subspace, a new story mode, something like that, and I just would go crazy over something like that with an 89 character roster that we have today. I also think from a gameplay standpoint, it was just a lot better than World of Light. Instead of just getting into tons of battles, individual battles and stuff with characters and corrupted characters, you actually got to play through an adventure, a 2D platformer kind of beat 'em up type of style game, and I thought that was really cool. Going through areas that reminded you of past games and, dungeons and temples and underground sections. It just was really cool to beat up enemies together with teammates and just to go through this story section in a 2D platform area. I just thought it meshed really well. One thing that I think I would change this time around though is that the locations and enemies would actually be based off of Nintendo properties instead of just weird dungeons and temples that don't have a connection with any of these worlds. You will have different types of enemies as well from the Nintendo universe, just like Smash Run. I feel like that kind of worked better than original enemies. I just like to see all these different enemies combined and Pokemon and everything come together as one giant horde of enemies that you have to take down. And I think Smash Run definitely got that aspect right. Now, we just need the locations to match up with the actual locations from Nintendo. I know the World of Light board kind of tried to do so. There were some locations that were spot on and some random ones, but I need the world to actually look and feel like it's different pieces and parts of Nintendo worlds. Maybe there's a Mario Galaxy area and an actual Splatoon city, not just a mock-up of a city that kind of references Splatoon like they did in World of Light. It's just ultimately having Smash battles is fine, but when you just do nothing but Smash battles, I know it's Smash Brothers, but it's just like we need something else. That 2D adventure kind of game mode that Subspace brought to the table for Brawl was something different, and it was something that actually helped expand what Smash was and gave it a true adventure mode feeling. I mean, just look at all the characters that we have in this game right now. I mean, even including the DLC that's all confirmed. Everything that's in the game is in the game. Even Sora. Look at how these characters would interact, and just your mind would run rampant with who would hang out with who would team up with who would be the little enemies of the game like Bowser and Ganondorf were when they teamed up, who would be the annoying enemies like King Dedede and Wario were in the original game. It's just like, it just would blow your mind to see all these characters together, and it would be one of the most satisfying things probably in gaming. And it just makes me think of all the possibilities that could happen if there was a Subspace adventure mode with all these characters. Let me know in the comments down below, guys, what you think of this video idea. Do you think there's a potential for a Subspace to ever return, whether it be as long future DLC? I know Sakurai's done and he's tired and he needs to rest, but would it come in a new Smash Brothers game made by new developers? Who knows? But would you love to see a campaign like this again added to Smash Ultimate? Let me know in the comments down below, and thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys really enjoyed this video, I will make an even in-depth video about a Subspace type of mode for Smash Ultimate and exactly how it would play out, what the characters would be doing with each other, and what the story would be overall. But thank you so much for tuning in, and like always, I'll see you all on the next one. See ya, guys.